What up, guys? Sec Reject here, and I'm going to do a deck profile on one of the decks I love playing the most, good old Grand Maju. Last time I played it, or the first time I played it, it was Toon Grand Maju. It was really good, and then I just kind of went for a straight Toon deck and a straight Grand Maju deck. Then that was the second deck profile. That was a year ago, actually, not exactly a year, but it was in 2020. This one, I'm sure people have seen a lot of, but there's one card that I play that I don't see anyone playing for some weird reason. Well, two cards technically, because no one wants to play Necroface, but I just don't like banishing my deck entirely. Like, the amount of times I've banished like almost my entire deck, and last card in the deck was Necroface or Grand Maju here. Either or, you hit one of those, and it's disgusting to see it pop off. But anyway, enough of my rambling. We'll kind of get through this deck a little quick, except for like when we get to the cards that I didn't used to run. Three Grand Maju because banish deck, got to do it. Three Necroface. These are all my normal summons. I run three Necroface just because the amount of times I will banish two of those Necrofaces, it's dumb. um, Three Fairy Tale Luna. With her effect is when she's normal summoned, you can add basically another one of her because she's the only one in your deck that has 1850, which is fine. But her quick effect is she can bounce herself and one of your opponent's cards back. If your opponent has another one in the deck, he can negate the effect by sending it to the grave. But it's usually your kaijus we're using. Yeah, we're using kaijus in this deck. For our special summons, we got two Eaters of Millions. I was doing it at three there for a while, but a lot of the time, because like I wouldn't see it a lot, but a lot of the times you don't need to see it. But when he's on the field, he's great. I'm running two Gizmek instead of three because I would banish my entire deck just to keep him on the field, and that's why I ran three Necrofaces. I mean, I'm still running three Necrofaces because of the simple fact that that's just too strong for me. The most expensive card in the deck, in the main deck at least, is Alpha, the Master of Beast. He's just another bounce back, which is cool. He can bounce himself and another monster back. He can special summon himself if your opponent has more creatures with more attack on their field. So, like, I do believe if you have nothing on the field, and then you can special summon him out. I'm not too sure on the ruling. Somebody tell me, I guess. Then we run three good old Gamma Seals because Gamma Seal. That's one of our Luna targets. The other one is Ghidorah, another one of our targets. We don't care, honestly, which one hits because usually I'll open up with both them and a Luna for no reason. So I'll kaiju the card that's problematic, have Luna on the field with him, bounce it back, kaiju again, then special summon, or I'll special summon my kaiju, bounce it back, so that way next turn if he has another problematic card, I can just keep going, which is pretty funny. That's it for those guys. We run the good old danger package, three Bigfoot, three Thunderbird, and one good old Jackalope. Sad days. Some people run two Shinoko. He's good, and honestly, all the dangers are good. That's why they're limited, limited or banned. Actually, I don't think there is a ban. Is there a banned one? I think there might be. No, there's not. They're all just limited or semi-limited. Then for our spells, the starter of spells, the good old Pot of Desires, because I don't care if I banish 10 and then you ash me because fuck you. Then trade in because we want to pop off our danger effects if we, it's always good. Or you can use Alpha, bounce him back to hand, then use trade in just to send him to grave. That's kind of nice. Then we run something I didn't run in my banish deck for a while, Super Poly. Because why not? Then the one Monster Reborn. And then for our traps, we only run 3. This is the card I don't see anyone playing, and I don't know why. Trickstar Reincarnation. Reincarnation? Yeah, Reincarnation. Banish your opponent's hand and make them draw again. It's hand destruction, but banishing their hand. I did lose to a Grand Maju player though, because he had a Necroface in his Necrofaces in his deck as well. Used this to banish his hand. We had to banish top 5. Then I banished 2 more Necrofaces, and I decked out for banishing. It was funny. I pretty sure I talk about that player all the time because it's probably the funnest match I've ever had was the mirror match. But that's it for the main deck. Then for our extra, we got a little bit of spice here. We got the good old Pentastag because, Grand Maju piercing is stupid. Phoenix and Unicorn because, why not? Then we have we used to run BLS, but he's kind of in my Chaos Thunder Dragon deck. But we're running Underworld Goddess of the Closed World because we want another kaiju. And this is kind of more budget friendly. I actually don't know how much alpha is, and I think she dropped in price. Then we run the good old Fortress, Starving Venom, Mud Dragon, Elder Entity Nis. I actually thought we could use him with Super Poly. He's just kind of in there for eaters now because I read him. I was like, oh, okay. And I really don't have any other Super Poly. I do, but I'm just don't know what to put in for the Super Poly tolerate. We got one Mysterion the Dragon Crown because we don't care for Dragoon. Yeah, that's a Dragoon target. Really hard, especially against Dragoon Dragon Link. But that was the last time I played this deck. Then Dragon Link kind of got hit a little bit. The one Dingirsu and the one Sky Prison because this card is actually really busted. Because you can just stop your opponent's effects in the grave. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card until the end of your opponent's next turn. This card cannot be destroyed by your card effects. Also, neither player can special summon monsters from the grave. Basically, a level 8 Abyss Dweller. Sorry, I was silent there. I was like, am I right? It's been a minute since I played this deck because I've been playing everything else. But I figured I'd upload it because it was a year ago. Then we run the normal level 8 Spice of number 97. Good old Hope Harbinger. And number 100 Numron Dragon because he gets out him to attach to him, so you can basically go for game turn 2. But the spice of the deck is actually super budget. This card is like 10 cents, and it's Aegon the Sea Castrum. So what he does, he's got a quick effect, and it's not a detach effect either. It just says, hey, banish your opponent's extra deck 1 card at a time on either player's turn. And then the detach effect is detach to send one of those banished cards back to their extra deck to destroy the extra deck card. So if you send a fusion from the random banish and then you destroy, and then you detach to destroy the fusion, you have to send that fusion back to the extra deck to destroy a fusion on the field. That makes sense? I know I'm really bad about it. But yeah, I had a Frightfur player show me this the last time I played at locals with, I think I was playing the Chaos Thunder Dragons. That was pretty fun. He was a really cool guy. Frightfur is really fun too, but Fluffy plays it, so I just don't want to make it weird like that. But yeah, this is my Grand Maju deck. It's always been fun, always hilarious to see people get scared of me putting a face down monster because sometimes I will literally put a face down Necroface because I don't want to use its effect. I'll just put down Necroface or Luna just to be a troll, and they'll be sitting there scared out of their mind not to hit that because they'll see like half my decks in the banish pile, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna pass on that, and I'll just flip it over, do its effect. Well, Luna's effect at least, because Necroface has to be summoned. But yeah, that's my deck profile. Honestly, what I would change, I definitely change the one card that synchro. I could put my BLS card in there, but I'm not gonna buy him for $100 or a Zeus at all. And I know Zeus is what, 2 level 10, 3 level 10s, something weird. I know he's like ridiculously expensive, and for his ability, it's good, but it's just not $84 good, unless it went up. I haven't looked on TCG. Remember this. Anyway, guys, have a good day. Hope you enjoyed the deck profile. Sorry I'm being really fast about it. I mean, most of the deck everybody's seen. I just like throwing in my little spice here and there, and my phone's about to die. So, have a good day, guys.